What's good everybody? Today I'll be going through the basics of using Shaheen's full crouch mind game in Tekken 8. This first video will focus on the main options when using this strategy in neutral in order to open up patient opponents. In future videos we will then explore ways to enforce this mind game using some of Shaheen's other moves, as well as more advanced techniques to expand our full crouch gameplay. But for now, we're starting bare bones, so let's get right into it. Firstly, what exactly is Shaheen's full crouch game? When crouching, Shaheen gets access to his best big mix-up low, the slide, which is performed by inputting full crouch down forward 3. This is a 20 damage low which gives an almost guaranteed follow-up in sneak 2 totaling for 33 damage. The reason I don't say it's fully guaranteed is because a well-timed spring kick from the opponent can avoid the follow-up. Whilst it's great to get out of the second hit, I wouldn't often recommend going for this as the defender unless the sneak 2 will kill, as when mistimed it can be floated for a combo or it can just be baited out for a full launch. Shaheen's slide has a lot of range and is the main tool in the full crouch mind game for opening up turtly opponents. Just be careful overusing this low, as when blocked your opponent gets access to a float combo. However, compared to Tekken 7 it is far less risky as a majority of the damage Shaheen will take is recoverable. Now that our opponent looks to duck the slide, what's next? One option we have is Shaheen's new full crouch down forward 2, which is a safe on block 21 damage mid that knocks down on hit. This option is great for when you're unsure when the opponent will duck, due to its safety when you guess wrong as the aggressor. We can condition our opponent to remain standing by showing this move from time to time to then continue hitting slides. This option is also super strong to go for at the wall, as it gives a wall splat for a combo, making it very difficult for the opponent to justify ducking with their back to the wall. It is much safer for the defender in this situation to take the slide, as it's less damage and it puts Shaheen in an unfavourable stage position with his back to the wall. With that logic in mind, we can treat the slide as almost free at the wall against a lot of players, unless they have a hard read of course. For bigger damage in the open, we can also use Shaheen's up forward 4 hop kick from crouch to catch our opponents ducking. This leads to a full launch on hit, but it's minus 13 on block. As it's punishable on block, I recommend using this less frequently than full crouch down forward 2, or using it mainly for hard reads when you're certain you can catch your opponent with it. Shaheen can also use his while standing 2 or his orbital as a mid for a full crouch mix-up. However, while standing 2 is very risky at minus 17, which is launch punishable by most of the cast, and the orbital is a bit too slow to catch strong players crouching, so I would personally avoid these options and mainly use hop kick if you're wanting to hit a launcher. These moves are the base level for Shaheen's full crouch mind game, a big low and mids to keep our opponents in check from blocking it. Please be aware, as Shaheen must crouch in neutral first before going for the low, the opponent has time to visually confirm what is happening and then make a decision. I would recommend practicing doing slides as fast as possible so you can check your opponent's reaction to the crouching animation. Then also practice doing your mid options at a similar timing to your faster slide so your opponent cannot feel out the difference between them. As a reminder, this tool is mainly for opening up patient opponents when used in neutral and requires a certain amount of respect from your opponent. If your opponent is pushing a lot of buttons in neutral, it may be difficult to find the time to enter crouch and enforce this mind game, so please keep that in mind. However, it is still strong against opponents who are attacking with a lot of highs, as you will slide under their attacks, which can help in forcing them to change their game plan. Now you know the basics of Shaheen's full crouch mind game. Be sure to stay tuned for the next iteration of the full crouch mind game series, where we'll explore more ways to enforce these 50-50s as well as other tricky things we can do for more mind games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.